It's Christina BlackFeather, and I'm still up at the cabin one more day. So, it's been an eventful week up here. And so I thought today we'd kind of go through a drawing I've been working on and maybe start one more. Look a little rough. You know, you're kind of spit washing at the sink. Um, and then lake water. But I did wash my hair last night. It's still pretty soft and yeah. So, no makeup, no fancy anything. Anyway, I didn't get as much filming done as I would have liked to this year. I did get some flower pictures and I got a couple short clips of the chipmunks. Hopefully, I'll get a recording of them tonight if they decide to do their chorus of banging two little children's blocks together. The chipmunks are funny. I did not know they barked like that. If you take two little wooden toy blocks and bang them together, it has this distinct sound. Hi, thank you, Sticks. Thank you for popping in. But anyway, it would start with one chipmunk and then that sound would go into the woods and there'd be like a lot of chipmunks. It was just so funny and they're so cute. There's acorns aplenty, so they've been having a good time with that. I want to make sure that it's coming through okay on YouTube here. View channel, huh? It's been a long day. There we go. There, got it. Okay, how do I pause that? There. I'm using my tablet. I don't have the computer with. I'm doing all right. Been kind of tired today, but we've had like lots of thunderstorms and lots of crazy stuff going on this whole week. And, you know, you're not sleeping in your own bed and all that stuff. And then the mosquitoes. Oh, my word, the mosquitoes. Because we came up here. What day is it that we came up, sweetie? What day did we come up here?
Tuesday.
Tuesday? And it was the next day we had the tornadoes?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. About 5 miles south of us, there was a huge tornado went through, storm chasers and everything else. I mean, it was just wild. And then the mosquito explosion after that. It's miserable walking outside. I did manage to get in the lake quite a bit and even learning the techniques with gold panning just for fun. I mean, it's one of those things to get me outside and do something different. So, you know, I found the black sand in the lake, but no gold over on our beach or anything yet. But that was fun. And so I still went out in the cold water yesterday and just immersed myself, and that felt pretty good. But get the little sunfish biting at you. I saw a painted turtle in the water and a bullhead, and I've been slapped by bigger fish, probably bass. I don't know. But yeah, it's been a fun trip. This is like our once a year vacation up here, so it's my in-laws' cabin, so it's not ours. Thank you. Thank you, Sticks. I'm glad. I just finished one too, so let me swap the camera around here. Not a puppet this time. Ignore the mess. We're going home tomorrow, so there is a mess, and I apologize for the camera quake here. I have to use the iPhone to film, so this isn't the easiest thing. Oh, come on, bend. Well, I'll move this over a little then. So this is what I'm going to be working on today. Finishing this piece up. Keep banging the little table here. And this is the dragon I finished a couple days ago. This is Hermes. That's the name that came before I had him finished. He's a pretty cranky looking dragon. The basis for him was off of a photo of a snake from the front like this with its mouth open that I think they were getting ready to milk the snake. And so it just, with all the fangs and everything, it just looked cool enough that I had to make him into a snake myself, or make the dragon into one. And so he's come out quite a bit different than what you see most of them to be. And then this was for Inktober. I never finished Inktober, but that was for the gold to do the koi fish. So this is in my hardcover sketchbook. This book is pretty old. All right, thank you so much. I'm glad you popped in. And thank you. So anyway, what I'm going to do is just work on this piece today. This table's a little jiggly. I could not get the stand to clamp to the big table. But I decided to work on some Zentangle stuff, which is basically a form of doodling. And this was inspired by the waves, right before we had the storms roll in with the tornado and everything. A second, let me make sure my tablet doesn't zoom out there, because I need to see the live chat with that. Okay. Yeah, it was an interesting batch of weather, and the waves, I have some videos of the waves and the refraction and how everything played out that inspired this piece. So I had to find a way to actually work on this, and this stupid camera jiggling is just bugging me. I can't prevent it. Oh, man. So I guess I'm going to be doing things kind of one-handed here, holding this thing steady. My hope was to get this on the table here enough that I could work and have the camera not bounce everywhere. For a while I had this all just the lines here without the circles dividing the waves, and I thought that needed to break them up a bit. We did have somebody to babysit the cats and take care of the fishes. Oh man, I can't really see what I'm doing either. I didn't think this table would jiggle this much, because I've used it before. When I did color work on my drawing of Lord Bear, I had used this table, and this isn't going too well. And the big wooden table is too wide to clamp down on. Oh, there we go. Of course, we do have the loons on the lake. Their eyes are red. And yesterday they swam out, or they weren't swimming out, they flew overhead and flew right overhead above me, which was really cool, a pair of them. And they do have the babies will ride on their backs, even under the water, while they fish. They are the Minnesota state bird. And they sometimes call it, especially if it's really foggy out or anything, the call over the lake almost sounds like ghosts. And I've been out on canoe solo, just not on this lake, but on another one, just by myself, and they'd swim underneath the canoe and go back and forth. And that was a fun experience. Lots of little circles. All right. Now more fun begins, because I have to do more waves. Let me see if I can do this without jiggling this. My signature is going to go in this spot right here, so I'm leaving that blank.
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle.
No jiggle, jiggle, jiggle. And it is anyway. I don't like this. So I haven't done too many abstract pieces over the years. So this one's kind of fun. It's basically a form of doodling. And it's just working with shapes and with line work, and it really is kind of a good study for even painting, to learn directional usage. And when you're working with paint, you want to be able to have your stuff go in the direction like fur and things, and so it's a good study for that. I'm working with a Sharpie fine point. These are older ones, so they've held their ink for quite a while. For replacements, I just bought the microns not long ago. But these have served me well over the years. I've used these Sharpies since they came out with them. I think the first ones I used were in like 1992 in this book, actually. They're very good pens. Oops. The way the table's jiggling the camera, it's making it look like the camera's making waves here. Sweetie, if you're gonna doze off, go to the bed.
I didn't mean to.
No, but you had dialysis today, so. Just nice and quiet right now. Lots and lots of rain over this week, though. Yeah, my lines aren't the most even. Yeah, I brought paints up, but I just haven't felt like painting. I did more drawing and did some chainmail until my hands and wrists hurt. But I gotta do some more. We're gonna have Pagan Pride coming up pretty soon, and I gotta make some more chainmail jewelry and stuff, so gotta get myself back into it. Stop wiggling. Yeah, I don't have any background music for you guys either. I didn't get to go out for long walks like I planned because of the mosquitoes. And I had a cut in the bottom of my foot I didn't realize, so there was a bunch of sharp sand inside of that. That hurt. Of course, with my hip, there's some days I have to use the cane. I wasn't so sure I didn't this weekend yet, but that foot on the opposite side of the hip was bugging me so bad. There we go. I actually like kind of having some of the areas just stay white. I don't know. But then I also like the line work. It's like I'm not really sure what to do there. With my family of loons. Yeah, not entirely sure I'm going to be able to do this. Shoot. Oh, I'll try a few more spots here. I don't know what I'm going to be able to accomplish. This camera setup isn't working for me. So I'm having to lean over the phone and hold it while I'm drawing. I think last time I did this, up here with the Lord Bear drawing, though, was I had used the iPad, and that's got a bigger clamp. I didn't think I should have brought that clamp with instead of the one for the iPhone. That would have worked a lot better. I can't really say the Zentangle is as new as to me as I thought it was, because some of this doodling method, my mom and I would do together when I was in high school, well, even middle school. Back in the 80s, uh, one of us would start a doodle on a piece of paper, and then we'd just keep passing it back and forth and until we filled the whole page. And some of it was just like this, especially I like to do lots of line work. So I have drawings I've done of like orcs and stuff that were, like 10, 15 years ago, that the hair I did is lots of small lines like this. So I guess I've been doing it a while. But I wanted to refresh on it. It was so funny though. I encountered this YouTuber I was looking at, trying to get, just an idea and a start on doing Zentangling. And she claimed she was a certified Zentangle instructor. I'm like, what is that? What is a certified Zentangle instructor? So she's certified a doodling instructor, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I am just going to fill this all up with the lines. It's very hard over here because I can't really see what I'm doing because the phone's in the way. One of the things I normally do is to turn the paper, but as soon as I do that, it jiggles the whole thing. I'm gonna do it anyway. There we go. Pardon? Nothing like me having a slight burp in the microphone here. I really apologize for that. trying to think of what I want to do right here. Oh, it'll be okay if I just go across. This is a better angle for me. So what I did is to just freehand with the pen, and I did the curves of the waves first, like just doing, you know, the different lines here, and kind of had some bowing in and bowing out, and then mimic the waves. So you would do like, so when you're starting with a wave, be going like that, and then basically just a C.
Don't forget to bow out.
You're so funny. That's the other thing the certified Zentangle instructor was doing, was saying bow out instead of bow out. Kind of set me off. So there you would have a wave in front. My eyeballs are blurring here, because I'm doing this through the phone. I'm looking at the camera.
Ouch.
So you would do another loop there for like the underside of that wave. Then you could have another wave come up like this and that way. This curve, you could go up like that. There's all sorts of ways to do it. And what you would be doing is just mimicking the roughness of the water. So that's what I did on this whole thing here. And then, of course, up in here, I'll show you the sky in a little bit and the trees. Oh, this is driving me nuts. My feet are on the stand and I'm trying to hold it still, and it's not holding still very well.
Sorry.
Well, it was Grammy's computer stand, wasn't it?
No, it's Mom's.
Oh, it's Mom's?
Yeah.
Oh. As I said, I did the rows of the circles in between just to give the eye something to separate the detail, because that would end up being a lot of line work that would just confuse the whole piece. Okay. And since I got a little stretchy with those lines, let's put that in there. And that one there. It got a little stretchy. So there's that one. Oh, the stand. Ah, there. This is hard to do if you have a little shakiness of any kind. 'Cause most of the time they try to have these pretty precise, despite the fact that they're doodles. Okay. Give my hand a breather there for a minute. And off to the next one. I'm probably going to do another Zentangle piece. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Definitely not AI art. I do sometimes create AI images for myself if I'm having a artist block or there's something I really want to visualize before I try to draw it or paint it. And sometimes it's faster for like gaming character design for, a GURPS or a Pathfinder character. I can just whip something up and have a general idea of what the character will look like. But that's about it. Everything else, as far as what I do with that information that I get from that image, it's just a bouncing off point and nothing further. But then I see things in weird places sometimes. Like I'll look at a person and I see a painting in that person, or in this case, looking at the water out there, and I kind of had a base idea pop up in my head for this drawing right here. And that did not require any help from a computer. There. Okay, that looks better than I expected. I was questioning if it was going to work with the loon in the foreground, but it's working out pretty well. course, we did the Minnesota thing Saturday night, and we did supper, and I cooked and just made basic spaghetti. Tasted pretty darn good. It was like, with a spaghetti in school, which was like everybody's childhood memory of school lunches. Was kind of like that. It just was very nostalgic. And then to continue the nostalgia, we watched an episode of Mystery Science Theater 3000, which was based in Minnesota in the first place. So it's kind of our Minnesota thing. And we had fun. But it was something about invaders from Neptune or something. It was just the weirdest film.
Invasion of the Neptune Men.
Oh, yeah, the invasion of the Neptune Men. That was so bizarre. I still don't understand what happened. I think we might watch another one tonight. That'd be kind of fun. But I think somebody sounds like they need a nap first. I keep dropping hints because you've had dialysis today, and I'm used to you having it rough, so I apologize for that, sweetheart. It's been so relaxing up here, though. Except for the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
There is no relaxing with mosquitoes.
No.
Big enough up here to carry you away. I think I'm going to leave that batch of lines there, or that blank spot there. Because I have some areas of white showing in other spots too. So let's do this. Let's make it a little more consistent. Yeah, I like that little batch of white right there. That's kind of cool. Oh, I hope the chipmunks bark again tonight. I so want to record that. Okay. This is getting closer to done. I think this would be amazing as a batiqued fabric. But boy, that would be some serious work with the wax. I've done batik. Absolutely love it. But the one piece I did in middle school with my art teacher I had for 8 years, I don't know where that piece went. Okay. The sketchbook is supposed to be ink only. I do have a couple of pencil pieces in here that I'm not touching because they were a long time ago in here, and I'm just leaving them. They were practice. Oops. Oh, I'm at a weird angle. Okay, let's change this up a bit. Just like I did in another spot. All right. Okay, I've got one more spot, it looks like. Oh. Email notification on my tablet. That's better. Oh. All these lines are seriously, I feel like my eyes are crossing. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Almost took a whole tray over.
My advice, don't do that.
Yeah. Do my signature here. The black feather with the split down the shaft. I've used that since I was about 17. Keep in mind, I am 56. What is the date today? The 17th. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. So definitely came out a little different than my usual art. So this here, I wanted some of the pre-storm stuff coming in, like the storm was just rolling in. And of course the trees right here. So very abstract. Then the waves along the shoreline over here going into the bigger waves in the water. And then this was just background fog or land or however you want to look at it. So this was the whole piece right here. Ugh. Yeah, I'm not liking this setup.
Sorry.
Well, I forgot the stand for the tablet. Would have made it a lot easier because that would have hooked to the table. So yeah, so let's we'll go through the sketchbook itself. So I started this sketchbook in 93. So when I bought it, and I forgot what craft store I got it at, I put the cat stickers on there. They've been in here that long. And this was all recycled paper, so I was pretty happy with that. This is a recent, just a balloon design basically that I did. It was kind of creepy looking. Then the griffin here, I did that. Oh, wow. In 2013, it looks like, so it's old. But again, using the same Sharpies, and I went a lot of stippling and everything and a lot of detail to do more of a medieval style griffin. And I may still turn around and try to do a puppet like this at some point. And do one of the paper ones. And then I'm going to take this off the stand. I can't stand it. Bad puns. So yeah, my first one was on October 26th of 1993. And I've done a video of this before, but there is a page missing. It went to an advertisement I had done for, I think, a saddle shop at the time. Lots of First Nations themes here, but that's how I grew up, you know, so it's like, well, okay. I never finished this border. Wanted to do running horses all along it, and it's kind of cool though, because you see where you make it look like there's little partial hoof prints and then do the running animals from the top, and it makes a very interesting border than just looking at horses from the sides all the time that people do, or from the front as you're looking top down. Looks pretty cool. Of course, very much a dragon person. I've kind of always been. This was 1994. And again, lots of little line works. And my cute little dragons here. And yeah, that was, this page was, the little dragons were done 10 days before I got married to my ex, because I see it right on here. I marked it saying married in 10 days. So afterward, yeah, that's my bare feet. I had done, I had completed the dragon before this, but then I noted that I met Anne McCaffrey September 8th of 1994, and she finished the drawing for me. She decided to sign the dragon's tail end, which was funny. We were all having a good laugh about that one. It was a book signing she did at some old bookstore. I can't remember where. It was so long ago. I was running a co-operator of a bulletin board system called World War IV, and ours was named Bendenware. And of course, I was where Falar took me to see Anne at the book signing. So she also signed a copy of The People of Pern for me. But yeah, I gave her a rock with a dragon on it that I had painted that was sitting in the middle of the ocean, just screaming at this castle in the distance. And even before Anne died, she said she still had that on her mantle. And she had described the rock to me when I mentioned it. It wasn't the other way around. So I know she was telling the truth there, but a lot of people are like, oh, no, that never happens. Or, well, it did with her. She was a very, very honest woman, very nice woman. And I was happy to meet her. And I did keep in contact with her for several years. So this was just another doodle. It'd be an interesting pattern to work with later. So may hang on to that. That was 1995. I forgot the original image. I modified it a lot, but I forgot who the artist was that had done two dragons roaring at each other, and I just decided to turn it all into black and white, and they still ended up being my own style of dragons too. That one was from September of 1995. September? I can't be right, because this one is March of 95. I obviously could not tell my dates apart, because this one's saying April, and then I went to March. I was a confused child. This one I really like. Not so much the cowboy, up above, but for the abstract with a dream catcher, and then the cowboy riding the Appaloosa. I really like this one. I may play with that at another time, but that still was pretty cool. And that was in March of 95, if my dates are accurate. Now I don't know anymore. This one was April of 95. Lots of dragon themes here. This one was kind of, we were joking about a thief and a wizard together, and somebody accidentally rolled a 1 on a die 20. So the thief's got his butt sticking up out of the treasure chest, and the dragon's diving from the ceiling, and the wizard's looking up at the dragon and poking the guy, going, "Hey, dude." That was in May of 95. This was a mirror design dragon that I did. I had no idea how to do mirrors at the time, but it's still pretty cool. This was just more doodles that I didn't really finish these pages at all, so there's no date. And they look pretty awful. Then a little reclining fairy that I did. That was 2005. So there was, I skipped some time in here. Because this book, it would end up getting placed in a box or something, and I'd misplace it, and then it would make an appearance later. So these were just old pencil ideas. This was a tattoo idea I never did anything with, from 2006. This was for a leather worker that I met at the Renaissance Festival in 2006. I'm gonna have to check up on him from Leather Lore. He was the owner, and he had me do a portrait of him. I had to check up on that. That was a doodle of oh, I forgot, Succubus from Dungeons and Dragons. Nothing major there. Another doodle, I dove into anime for a bit. And this was a character, young bard I had been playing. I've played some male characters here and there. Oh, hi, Lemur. I missed it because the tablet went dark, and that's where I was seeing the text file going through live chat. I apologize for that. But thank you for popping in. Unicorn kind of from the back and side. That was 2006. Halfling I tried to do. I still was not anywhere near on portraits, so it's pretty ugly. I hate it. But it's in there. This one I'm a little more fond of. I had a Tauren druid. This was in Vanilla World of Warcraft, named Kess. I never did much with her because I started playing my hunter a lot and had a lot more fun with her. So, but Kess was pretty cool. And she was a brown and white cow. This one is not safe for work. And then this one was last year for Inktober. Again, I had a huge gap in time again. But this book is kind of cool because it is keeping track of how I've changed over the years, but I intend to get this thing full so that I can go on to the next book. And this one was for Inktober. It was Inktober 3rd. And it was supposed to be paths. So I had done one on the path trying to get through depression. So there's a lot of negative stuff written on this one. It's like trying to get through to the green fields beyond, and you got these big fangs at the end of the cave that are going to try and close in on you. This was Inktober 4th. This was supposed to be Dodge, which everybody's doing something where they're ducking or whatever. No, I had to do the old Dodge truck, reminiscent of we'd be out alongside the roads cutting hay with hand scythes and stuff, and then loading it in these old trucks like this when I was a little kid. I was about 6 or 7. And I just remember those trucks. It was pretty cool. I loved it. The gold from the koi fish came through on this page. I shouldn't have done them on the same piece of, front to back, but I did. So this one was supposed to be map. No, can't tell, right? And then try to do a marking of something and make a mistake because the ink dumped on it. So you just go and exit out. Fake and put something else there and pretend it's a big treasure spot or something. Then, of course, there was gold, which I did the koi fish, like I said earlier. That was Inktober 6th. He was supposed to be Inktober 7th for drip, but I didn't do any dripping out of his mouth like I had planned because he took on a life of his own. And there's over 20 hours in this piece. So awful lot. And then of course is today's finished one of the loons on the lake. So yeah, that's, I think, because I just didn't prepare for this, this is probably going to be it for today, but I'm glad that a couple of you were able to stop in and say hi, and I know I don't stream as often as I should be, but it was a good vacation anyway, so hopefully back to work. I had to quit the big fancy job I had. It just wasn't a fit. So now I'm going back to my old job and a little less money, but end up feeling like I'm accomplishing a lot more day to day as a nurse and making a bigger difference. I thought it was going to be the other way, but no. But I'm pretty excited to get back to my old job too. So we'll see how it goes, but I had to take a break for go to the cabin in the meantime. I was looking forward to it. And that up there is my mother-in-law's bare butt sticking out of the wall. Sweetie, I've got the cameras pointing behind me. Yeah. My wife was looking the other direction and trying to figure out where, but no, it's right there. So yeah, we're definitely at the cabin. And more bears behind me. And I don't know what this hole in the wall is over here.
There's the deer right there.
That, yeah. Oh, we left a mess on the floor. They've already seen that. All right. So you guys have a fantastic day. And hopefully at some point you guys get to take a mini vacation too. But thank you for popping in. And if you stop by later, don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that fun YouTube stuff and, share my work. But have a great time, and I will talk to you guys later. Blessed be everyone. Take care.